which is a school that we're very proud of. So we're going to call on Dr. Henrietta Ongweze. Did I try? Was it fair enough? Doctor, come on stage, come on stage. So Doctor is going to talk to us briefly, about entrepreneurship, right? The importance of being purpose-driven, but also developing management skills. Please come on stage, Doctor. If we're going to skill entrepreneurship thinking, we do need people like yourself helping us shape the direction, but also how we think about it. Over to you, Doc.
Good morning, everyone. It's not going to be that this time around. But I think today has been really enlightening. And I actually like the fact that the panel that spoke before me actually are going to be like my case studies of what I'm going to say to you very briefly. And I hope you take a lot from it. So if we notice, everybody here is solving a problem. And many times we see Nigerians, as the questions alluded, everybody's going out to greener pastures. But do you also realize that a lot of people are rushing in? And that's because they see the opportunities that many of us are not seeing. We see the problems, but what we don't know is that each of those problems are opportunities. Okay, every problem is a potentially profitable business opportunity. And I'd like I've forgotten her name, and Tosin to tell us, are you guys making money? Good, so that answers the question that you asked. How do you focus on impact and make money at the same time? Actually, the two are very compatible. Impact drives profit. Because each of them are providing a real solution, are catering to a real need, people are willing to pay for solutions to their problems. And indeed, being purpose-driven is the key to being both profitable and sustainable. The reason why many businesses die is because people just think, where can I make money? Rather than, what problem can I solve? Okay? Nobody tells you to get a pair of glasses, or to wear clothes, or to buy shoes, or to get a mobile phone. You go for all these things because you need them. Okay? So every problem creates a need. I was recently speaking with one of my executive MBA students, and it was a really amusing conversation because she was telling me how she makes money from creating problems and providing the solutions. So the solutions she sells, and she's making a lot of money. She makes millions weekly, okay? The solutions she's selling, she's the only provider in the world because she designs an outfit. She creates some accessory that she has created herself. And so people want to get it. And she's the only person who's making them. So she's making the money. Okay, she has fashion classes online, okay, which means that you can join at any point in time. She makes them cheap enough, 15,000, 25,000. People join and she's making money while she's sleeping. Okay, so it's really about being creative. What can help people? Of course, people join because once they learn how to sew, they begin to make money from making outfits for clients. So she's not just making money by being smart, she's making money from providing value, okay? So, the other thing I was thinking of talking to you about is how to maintain that business that you started. Many of you here, in fact, Nigerian fintech, and in fact, the African fintech industry has gone way ahead of the European or American fintech industry because we had unsolved problems. They had a financial system that was working, so there was no trigger to, push them forward. But we had a system that was broken, and so there was that trigger to make it go forward. And so we're doing pretty well. But the point is, no one person has, what's his name again? What's John Maxwell says, no one person does something great. For you to do something great for a long time, you need a team, which means you need to build your management skills. And that's why the second part of my talk is developing management skills. Okay? You need to know how to manage people. I was very happy that I keep forgetting the name of the third speaker, the health speaker. February, yeah. She said, and the other guy said, we need people to listen to us. We need people to work with us, share the benefit of the experience with us. That's what you get when you have a good team. And in today's world, that team has to be multi-generational. when I speak to executives at the school, I make it clear to them that gone are the days where everybody in the management team is aged and, really old and very knowledgeable. If you don't have young people in your management team today, you're going to be a dinosaur sooner than later. Similarly, for the young guys who are doing very well, you have identified opportunities, you're making money right now. If you're going to make that money for a long time, you need to get some older people on board who can help you, move in a safer way, help you get access to things, resources you don't have or contacts that you need to help you grow faster and better. You also need to know how to manage people. Okay? It's very different from managing resources. Companies like Telnet, when they just started, were very good at training engineers and getting them to come up with great ideas. But very soon as they grew, and started getting layers of people, realized that, hey, engineers don't know how to manage people. They know how to manage resources and things and machines, but not people. So you're going to get to that roadblock sooner than later. And so it's key that you try to find a way. In fact, I teach entrepreneurship at the school, and I know there's a parallel economy going on of young people making a lot of money because of their tech skills, but they need management skills. So we're very, very happy, and I'm not marketing the school in any way, shape, or form. I'm just very passionate about seeing a better Nigeria. To have some of you come together, create a forum where we can actually strengthen your management skills, because you're doing great, you're doing extremely well. And I tell my EMBAs that, look, the young generation are shaming us, the older people, because they're actually addressing the problems while older people are looking for bigger jobs, bigger pay, and leaving the country the way it is. Okay, so, and let me also tell you that the change you want to see many times comes more from the office of the citizen than from the office of the president. Obviously, we need government to do a couple of things, but we can't wait for them. If Mandela waited for apartheid to change in South Africa, perhaps apartheid will still be on. Apartheid changed because the people, led by Mandela, moved. And that's the same way Nigeria will change, because you young people who are already moving are going to keep moving. So our role here is to strengthen your movements. Okay, so I'll just end with 4 key things you need to have for business success, whether you're entrepreneurs. And by the way, there's a strong difference between being an entrepreneur and a business owner. Business owners are looking for ways to make money. Entrepreneurs make money, but there are 2 other things that they do that help for you to distinguish between them and business owners, and that's what also makes them make more money than business owners. Entrepreneurs are solution providers. In other words, they identify problems like the 3 speakers we saw here. They commercialize, of course, and then they are continuously improving on their solutions. And that's what keeps them going, okay? So the 4 things you need to keep in mind if you're going to be successful for the long haul are the following. First, skills. Be the best at what you do, okay? Many of you are doing very well, but you can always be better. So keep training yourself, keep honing your skills, okay? So that you're the one everybody wants to go to, okay? You see how people travel from far and wide. I mean, Larry Da Silva is, Larry, what's the name of the designer? LDA? Yeah, Larry Da Silva Ajayi, yeah, she's a good friend. The minute she made the dress Tiwa Savage used for the coronation, everybody started running to her. There are other designers all around, but people want the best for themselves. Okay, so be the go-to person in your field. Okay. Second, values, soft skills. You have to have your boundaries, things that you will do, things you will never do. Okay, I will be honest, because that is your biggest competitive advantage. I think it was what's his name now, Jack Welch, who said, from my experience of running business, I see 3 key things necessary before I engage anybody. The first is positive energy, ability to execute. The second is integrity. And I think the third, execution, and the ability to work with other people, okay? The third was positive energy, yeah, ability to execute, and integrity. Good. Positive energy meaning that people who work with you are happy. There are people who are very good, but they kill all the energy around them. Yeah? Those people he doesn't engage, because they will destroy your organization. If you're a naive person, you'll be happy they're meeting the numbers, but they've killed your organization. They've made you more vulnerable. The day they go, that's the end of you. So anyway, he says, of these 3 things, the most important is integrity. If you lack integrity, everything else is useless. So no matter how tempting it is, don't compromise on your integrity, please. So values, kindness. You don't need to be nasty to be effective with people. Be good to people, starting with your staff, okay? If you're good to your staff, the business becomes like their own, okay? So whether you're there or not, Tosin was saying she was ill for 8 weeks, 8 months, but her business didn't die, which means she must have a very strong team, okay? Humility allows you to listen. Nobody knows it all. 2 eyes are always better than one, and then at the end of the day, none of us is as good as all of us. We need each other. So if you're a kind person and if you listen, you find yourself avoiding booby traps that are all over the place, okay? What else in terms of values? Okay, so integrity, kindness, loyalty. During COVID, everybody talks about employee loyalty. What about employer loyalty? What happened during COVID? So many people laid off their staff without thinking about how they would survive. And the boss tends to have more money than everybody else. So how come you're not thinking about the people you pay 50,000, 25,000? How will they don't have any buffer? Okay, so when things are hard, come together as a team and think together about solutions. Don't just focus on yourself alone. So values are important. Okay, what are those things I must never do? I will not steal. I will not cheat. Etc. And then the value you offer. What problem are you solving? If you're just in something to make money at all costs, I mean, we're seeing how humiliating it is for people who have appeared on the page of Forbes to next day be described as criminals, having deceived people. I mean, that's terrible, okay? So make sure you're offering genuine value, because if your value is authentic, no matter how slow your rise is, it is slow but sure. It will come, okay? And the third thing, character. Soft issue again, attitude. How are you with stakeholders, whether it's suppliers, customers, staff? Can be pleasant. Now, what binds all these things together? Your skills, your values, the value you offer, your character, spirituality. It doesn't matter that the Western world ignores spirituality. It is true that spirituality has been abused in Nigeria, but genuine spirituality is important for you to be consistent in maintaining your values in the face of challenges or temptation. Okay, in keeping your steady character, keeping your character pleasant, not being unexploitative, okay, because you have a conscience that tells you this is right or this is wrong. Okay, so those 4 things form the foundation of business success. If we keep this in mind, no matter what field we embark on, so long as we're looking to solve a genuine problem, and so long as we're looking to keep improving our skills, okay, and work with collaborators, you're sure to make it. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the round of applause for Dr. I think at this point is really to appreciate each and every one of you guys for taking out the time to join us and staying till the end. This is where we draw the curtain. For me, what I take out of this is that our future is bright. It will take us being intentional. And we do have people who truly can put Nigeria on the path that it deserves to be, but also people who can truly put Africa on the path that it deserves to be. So on this note, I'll encourage you guys to move to the room next door. There's opportunity for networking. There are interesting people that you need to meet. We heard from the last panel that this is about communication. So, if you want to really get up to doing what you want to do and you need all the support in the world, if you don't talk to people, it's going to be hard. So let's move to the room next door for networking opportunities, but also for those of you who want to take pictures, there'll be opportunity to take pictures in that room. And I think there's also games and some sort of exhibition that is going on there as well. Without further ado, we thank all of you guys for turning up. Thank you. Safe travel back home. Thank you.